Right, why you gotta be right up on my face, Dashel? What is that about? Every day with this cat. Well, hello everyone. It is currently 8:30 at night on Tuesday, January the 18th, 2022. And today's video is going to be another review on a piece of camping equipment. This is a little portable water heater. It runs off of, it's made by Coleman, of course. And it runs off of a canister of propane that you screw in here in the front, and a chargeable battery, which you charge by plugging this big brick into a power source, and then plugging it into there. And you always see a little spark right there. Alright. Unfortunately, though, this red light that comes on in the front no longer turns to green, no matter how many hours I charge it up. So this one is done. This one is no longer working. But I used it on a fairly regular basis in my camper and other places for, I want to say, close to 5 years. And I don't think they were designed to be used that regular. I think they were designed to be used occasionally on vacations and camping trips. And so I used it a lot more than designed, and it still lasted 5 years. So I'm going to say 2 thumbs up. It doesn't owe me anything anymore. But yeah, it no longer works. The way that it would work is you take this right here is the submergible water pump. That's the power cord going to it right there. So you would insert this into your bucket, whatever, submerge it into some water. You'd swing this out. This is where your hot water would come out. There's your dial to turn it on. And this is where your hot water would come out. And it always heated up. As long as the battery was charged and you had a canister, a good propane canister in there, this thing, it would heat up the water really fast and did a really good job. If you wanted to take a shower with it, you would take this attachment that was sold separately, and you'd plug it into here, shink, and then you just shower off with this. I had a little clamp there, and I would attach that to the top of the camper and use that. Okay, so the sound of taps, I'm sorry, no longer working. So we got to get this old guy replaced. Now I am going to keep this because there is still a chance of repairing it. If there's a way to get in there and replace that internal battery, that would pretty much fix everything. The pump still works, the coil and everything in there still works, the spark to start up the fire still works. It's just that battery. So a little while back, I went to the Coleman outlet store out here in Pigeon Forge and picked up a new one. They don't make them like this anymore. They no longer even look like this. That's how long I kept it. Now they look like this, and it appears as though the shower head attachment is just standard. It just comes with it. It's not sold separately. So yeah. Next part of this video is going to be unboxing this. You'll be seeing it for the first time, just like I'm seeing it for the first time. So let's crack into it. Dashel, I don't want to catch you, buddy. Alright, how does it open? Oh, okay, it looks like that should be the top, but I think this right here is actually the top. On now. All right, let me open it. This is what it's like to own a Siamese, especially a young one. All right, so let's see here. This is the first thing we are. Oh, okay. So this appears to be a water tank right here. That's the first thing. Dashel, are you losing your mind, cat? This is an unboxing video. It's not a toy for you. Okay. that is, it comes a nice little carrying bag. The plastic that this hose is made out of is kind of, feels like that same kind of rubbery feel like a fishing lure. I don't know if that's going to be better than the rigid plastic from this. The difference. All right. Let me see. Looks like it comes out this way. There it goes. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's the water pump. There's the water pump right there, the same submergible water pump right there. And okay, that's going to plug into the side of the water heater right there. Not sure what this is. Wow, that's actually a lot smaller than the other one. Okay, there it is. And let's put it, oh, there's your shower head. Shower head is right here. Old shower head, and then the newer shower head. And then let's put these side by side. It's the two. You can see the size difference is actually, well, I mean, if you would include this, because that's where the canister of propane is going to attach right there. So if it's, you know, this way it's about the same if you include that. This one's a little bit lighter. Again, that might just be because there's no canister on it. Alright, I'm going to read the instructions now and see about, what's that instruction book right here. For a minute there, I thought they forgot to put the charger in it, but then I noticed this little compartment right here, and the charger is inside there. I think I pretty much got it figured out. I'm just going to have to let it charge overnight. I had to use the plug from my last water heater because this model doesn't come with the wall socket plug. It only comes with the car adapter plug. So, yeah, I guess we'll just check back in the morning. Now the next morning, I have left it on charge all night. The blinking yellow light has turned to a solid yellow light, which I assume means that it is charged. Now, to attach the shower head, the connection is actually like one of those slide lock things like you'd see on a pneumatic tool. Very cool. Pull it back, put it on there, let it go. It's attached. Then the pump itself, the same thing. There we go. And now the power for the pump goes over here on this side. So that's hooked up. So I'm now going to submerge the pump down into the water tank. Alright. Turn this. Right now it's just on the kitchen counter. Got it turned so it'll go into the sink when it starts to pump. Alright, first attempt. Turn on the power. I see water moving. Maybe it's pinched. There we go. It looks like that's starting to work. Ah! Alright. Alright, we got that. We got water coming through. Now let's see if we can turn on the heat. Okay, I'm hearing the clicking sound for the pilot light, but I'm not... I don't think it has started up. You're supposed to be able to see the flame through this hole here. I'm not... Oh, wait! Huh! I was wrong! It did start up. It was started up so quietly I couldn't tell. Alright, so it is started. Let's go ahead and get the hot temperature turned up. Alright. Is it working? Is it? Oh, I'm feeling the temperature change. It's getting warm. Okay, that is, let's go a little higher. Ooh, that's got a nice warm feel to it now. All right, give it another few seconds. So, a few seconds later, and oh yes, that is nice, enjoyable, warm shower temperature now. Let me try tweaking it just a little bit higher. That is really nice, and it seems to be running just fine. Plenty of fire. I think we're more in danger of running out of water than anything else. This is running nicely, running just fine. All right, let's go refill this tank and go get a shower. We are in the shower house now, getting a nice warm shower. All right, I guess we can just cut to the end of this part. Well, that was refreshing, but it's time to end out this video and give this new member of the team its final score. And I don't have all positive things to say about it. Truth be told, I'm going to give it maybe a 6 out of 10. And there's a few reasons for that when comparing it with the old model. There's some negatives and some positives. I'm going to start with the negatives. First off, these new hoses right here, the rubbery kind of fishing lure feel to them, I do not like. And it makes them very susceptible to getting kinks really easy. Just having the pump down inside the container and then that edge of the container just right here like this made it stop. And it was, the whole thing shuts down whenever there's any kind of kink like that at all. So that definitely makes things more difficult. I definitely prefer the more rigid vinyl tubing from the old model. I don't know if they were cutting costs when they did that, but that was a very poor decision. And also with the old model, the pump hose wrapped around the bottom of the heater like this. And it even has a place for the pump to clip in right here. And it's nice and neat and compact. Whereas this one doesn't have anything like that. They give you a little carrying bag, but as you can see, the size of this carrying bag and the size of these hoses, yeah, you're not going to be able to fit this in here. So you're going to have to come up with your own little carrying case, which in my case, I just used an old soft side lunchbox, which you can get those for a few bucks at just about any thrift store. So that's not a hard thing. It's just, I don't know what they were expecting me to do with this. I also really do not like that the new one doesn't have this option right here to have the swing out spout on the side. With this old model, you could just set this up on a picnic table and put your little Tupperware container right here, turn on your hot water and go to washing dishes and whatever there. But this one doesn't have any kind of spout like that. You have to set the shower head in there, and yeah, how are you going to wash dishes with water coming out of here? It doesn't even have a way of turning it like this. I mean, you can unscrew this and just let the water flow out of this right here, and I don't know, duct tape that somewhere where it'll flow down. But it's definitely a lot more inconvenient, and I don't like that they got rid of that option. That was a very nice option. Also, this thing comes with it. This is a big square water tank, and it's soft-sided and collapsible. And the idea is, and you can even see it right here, dropping stuff. You can even see it right here. They've got it right there on this waterproof tag attached right to the end of the pump, so you can tell they really believe in this square water container. And they even have it where the connection is near the bottom of the water, so the weight of the water actually helps the pump to be able to push water through, which is a good idea. Yeah, so it screws in right there. And this old one came with one of these too, and I toted it around for a while and tried to use it, but truth be told, these things are a total POS. They're useless because they are so hard to carry, they're hard to fill up, they're hard to keep on a shelf anywhere. As they deflate, they want to slide off. I suppose the only way that you could really make some good use of this is if you had a place to maybe hang it. But I mean, how often are you going to have a convenient shelf or something over the area where you need hot water that you can put a big D-clamp or something and hang it so that it doesn't go to slide and falling? The one I had here, I ended up throwing it away. This one's probably going to end up getting thrown away too. Total waste. But enough about the negatives. Let's go on to the positives. So what does this one have that's any better at all to the old model? Well, first off, the design is much better. First off, it's lighter, which is nice. Also, the way that you put in the propane canister is much easier. This one, you would have to open this door on the front and try to look up in there and get the thread started, and now you're moving it. You have to slide it to the side of a table or tilt it or something, and as you're screwing it in, you're skinning your fingers on the sides of this hard plastic on the sides of this. It looks sleek, really difficult to put the new canisters in. This one, they put it right out in the open. They also put some thought into the safety of it because, of course, with something that uses flammable gas, you're going to worry about there being a shear off, it gets hit or cracked or something like that. So they put this nice big bar in here to support the end of the valve there. So that's nice. Really good on that. Also, it might seem like a small thing, but I absolutely love that they've moved the controls from the end to the side. Because when you're using this thing, you're putting it up on a shelf or a table or something, you slide it over here, and then you go to using the water, and then it might shut off. And there's a lot of reasons why it might shut off. The water might get too hot and freak it out. I think it's got some sensors in there. The hose might get a little kink in it. Water level gets too low, something like that. So there's going to be a lot of restarting. And so with this thing, every time you want to restart it, you have to go over and lean around the side and get it started again. And that actually becomes a real pain. But with the controls right out here on the side, much better. Love that. I also really like that you can see the pilot light. Couldn't see it on this one, but that is actually very, very convenient. So when you start this one up, you turn on the power to the pump, then you push it down, and then you come over here, and as it's coming around, you can actually hear it, tut, 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 tut. And you look over here, you see the pilot light come on, and then you let go and it stays on, and you know that you can go ahead and start adjusting your temperature. Really, really nicely made. This one right here, you would have to push it down, move it to about right here, then you could hear the click, click, click of the pilot spark going off, and then you would have to hear the whoom of the fire starting. That was the only clue that you had that the fire was going. You couldn't actually see it. Which was a very, very poor decision on their part, making this old model. So the design of this one and the controls of this one, 10 out of 10. Love that part of it. Even as far as the little storage compartments right here on the sides of the handle. There's one on the other side too. Those are for the chargers. You know, you put your wall socket charger in one and your car charger in the other. Other than it not having a spout, this design is really, really well done. So that much is good. I have yet to see how many times I can use it before the battery goes dead. But this one, I could take 3 showers before the battery would die. When the battery was brand new, I could take 5 or 6 showers. So we'll see if this one holds up to that. But I can't tell you that in this video because I've only used it once. But right now, my observations are there are some really, really poor negatives of this one. Biggest negative I'm going to say are these hoses. And I really wish there was a way to take this hose off and use it over here, but the connections are different. Oh, also I wanted to say this too. This right here, having where you plug in the pump right here, really well done that they put it there. Because on the old one, that plug is right there. Right there. So to get it in there, make sure you got it in there. You're getting your fingers in there, and it's pinching your fingers, trying to say, is that really in there? Doesn't feel like the connection's in there all the way, and it might jiggle loose, and then you got to get your fingers in there and get it back in there again. Hate that. As far as form, design, controls, ease of use, 10 out of 10 here. But overall, with the bad hoses, the not having a spout, I can't. That really brings it down for me, and I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. But it's still going to be very useful. It's not hard to drain. I was worried that they might have some kind of valve or something in there that makes it hard to drain, but it's actually not hard to drain. You just turn off the power and everything, and then you take the end of the shower head off, and you can blow through it and push all the water out of it. Because when you go to store these things, you want as much of the water out of it as you can, because if there's water in that coil in there and it somehow freezes, it's going to crack and break the entire thing. There's no way to fix it at that point. All right, guys, I'm just going to wait for this one. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, make sure to give me that good old thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on notifications. I will talk to you down in the comments. And as always, look forward to seeing you in the next one.